Someone asked me recently, Your Highness, why do you attend the Rush Bible study? Because I'm royalty, dear, because I'm royalty. And that's what royalty does.
First Chronicles, a brief history of Israel, starting all the way back to Adam, really, if you count the chronology that's in Chronicles, culminating with David commissioning the temple of God in Jerusalem, authored most likely, I'm certain personally, that it was the great and mighty Ezra, also known as the second Moses. In First Chronicles, Jesus is the son of David that is coming to rule his people. First Chronicles 29:17. I know, my God, that you test the heart and are pleased with integrity. First Chronicles, 29 chapters long. Second Chronicles is 36 chapters long. It's kind of a rehash of First and Second Samuel, First and Second Kings, and Second Chronicles. It starts with the First Chronicles starts with the genealogy of Adam, and it blows all the way through the reign of King David. It actually ends. First Chronicle ends at the commissioning of the temple. Does everybody know what that means? Commissioning something means, okay, I want this done, and you're laying down all the money it's going to. Say I want to commission Joanne to paint a picture of a hummingbird. I'll give her $50 so she can buy a piece of canvas and some paints, and I don't want her hand shaking when she's painting, so she needs coffee because she's an American woman, and that's how they go. And that's commissioning. But he was not allowed to build the temple because he had killed a lot of people in his life. He had bloody hands, and God was saving that for Solomon. So he raised the funds and stacked up the wood and the bricks and the gold and the silver that would be needed. And that's where First Chronicles ends. And Second Chronicles starts with Solomon building the temple. And I'm going to start right here at the bottom of page 3. Adam was the father of Seth. Seth was the father of Enosh. Enosh was the father of Kenan. Kenan was the father of Mahalalel. Mahalalel was the father of Jared. Jared was the father of Enoch. Enoch was the father of Methuselah. Methuselah, the father of Lamech. Lamech, the father of Noah. The sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. In case you're curious where you come from, has anyone here done 23andMe? Any of those DNA things where they swab you? What, are you afraid the FBI is going to have you on their list? Jonathan, did you do it?
Heck no.
Oh, come on. I did it. It was $129.
I did. Exactly.
Huh?
I have my ancestry.
Yeah, I liked it. I'll spit in the cup. I don't care. I'm curious where all them lunatics that made me came from. I say Stacy's. She's got a lot of Southern African in her, below the Sahara, you know. Oh, yeah. She's not afraid. She ain't chicken. So in case you're curious where you come from, I have a picture of the table of descendants of Noah, and that shows kind of the breakdown of where those three, so you can see where you boys, this is killing me. You're going to see where you line up in there if you're interested. Kind of by now, we're all kind of mixed in. I've got some Chinese people in me. I've got some black people in me, some Middle Eastern. I've got all, but it's like 98% Nazis. Pretty much where I'm falling. I want to skip real forward. What I did was, because we covered so much of this material, 1st, 2nd Samuel in detail, 1st and 2nd Kings, what I did is I have 2 charts in there to get through 1st and 2nd Chronicles fast. What I did is I have the charts there of where the kings in 1st, 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings were, and where they are in Chronicles. If you want to review the differences, there is quite a few differences between the two, and they are kinder in Chronicles. They don't list their whole barrage of sin like they do in 1st and 2nd, especially in Kings. 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings gives a lot of day-to-day detail. But in 1st and 2nd Chronicles, not so much. And the reason is 1st and 2nd Chronicles is written after the exile. It's after the exile. And so they're nice. Like you get Ahab was this horrible skunk, married to Jezebel, killing all kinds of prophets and just all kinds of horrible devil worship and idol worship and horrible things. And then you get in 2nd Chronicles and and Ahab was a good king. You know, and that's because of the time. What they did right. What every one of those evil, rotten kings did right. You know what they did right? They protected Scripture. Every one of them wouldn't let him touch Scripture. They wouldn't let it be written. They paid for it to be copied because those copies didn't last forever. They were being read and used, and you needed new Torahs. They were being produced round the clock, 7 days, 6 days a week, round the clock. It would take, to write the Torah by hand, one person, 15 months. And the kings paid for that to continue throughout all their lifestyle. Then you get to 2nd Chronicles, David's son Solomon, it starts there. Solomon builds the temple, but after centuries of rejecting God, the Babylonians take the southern Israelites captive and destroy the temple. The author, most likely Ezra again, in 2nd Chronicles. We're on page 7. Jesus is the king who reigns eternally. 2nd Chronicles 15:2. The Lord is with you when you are with him. 2nd Chronicles 14:7. For he said to Judah, let us build these cities and surround them with walls and towers, gates and bars. The land is still ours because we have sought the Lord our God. We have sought him, and he has given us rest on every side. So they built and prospered. 2nd Chronicles starts with the reign of King Solomon and the building of the temple in Jerusalem, and ends with the decree of King Cyrus of Persia in 538 BC, which allowed the people of Judah to return and rebuild Jerusalem. I want to read that first verse. Solomon, David's son, became a powerful king because the Lord his God was with him and made him very great. Solomon had 1,400 chariots, 12,000 horses. He kept some in special cities for the chariots, and others he kept with him in Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, Solomon made silver and gold as plentiful as stones and cedar trees, as plentiful as the fig trees on the western hills. He imported horses from Egypt, and his traders, brought them in queue. They imported chariots from Egypt for about 15 pounds of silver each, and horses cost nearly 4 pounds of silver a pop. And you can read the rest of that alone. Does anybody have a prayer request?
The Rush Bible Study is held at Dream City Church's own Glendale campus every Tuesday night at 6:30. We hope to see you soon. Bye.